going to look at is the Razer Kraken Ultimate. Now this is a gaming headset for your PC, and these feature THX Spatial surround sound. Now they come in retailing at $130, so it's a little more pricey than the normal Razer Kraken headsets. But let's go ahead and check out some of the features and what it is you get inside the box. So first off, I've always been a huge fan of the Razer Kraken lineup, so it's nice to see that they're still continuing with these and tuning these differently and adding new features with every new pair. So the Kraken Ultimate is one of those pairs that now has the THX Spatial audio, which when gaming it just allows you to have this much more room and a lot more openness in the sound. Now to get the most out of these, even though it's not necessary, you probably want to go and download Razer software. That way you can tune some of the RGB colors. Now as far as the headset itself, it really does just look like the other Kraken headsets. I think it's very well built. It really is a nice combination of aluminum and steel. It's one of those pairs that I've always felt like I could just bend out and twist and turn and not have to worry about. Now one thing with these being aluminum and steel, you would think they'd have a little bit of weight to them, especially given the size of these. They are rather large, but they are one of the lightest headsets. So it's one of those that not a lot of padding is necessary, but there is plenty of padding on the headband and definitely on the ear cups. And with these ear cups, they also added the material that kind of has a cooling touch. And they also built it where if you do wear glasses, it's not a pair that's going to dig in and get uncomfortable that way either. So this is one of the most comfortable Now, just like with other gaming headsets, one thing that I'm not a huge fan of on the inside part of the headband is that loose cable. Now I understand that the cable's running from one ear cup to the other, but I wish they did a better way of hiding this, because if this gets clipped or gets caught on something and it tears, your headset is pretty much useless. Now the one thing I do want to point out as far as cables go, it is a non-detachable cable and it is a USB cable. So you simply just plug it into the PC and then you are good to go. Now as far as your controls and the microphone, everything is on the left ear cup. On the back side of the left ear cup, you have a single button to be able to turn the surround sound on and off, and then you have your volume wheel right underneath it. And then on the front part, you have a retractable microphone. So you just simply pull the microphone out if you want to use it, and then to mute it, you just push the mic back in. Now the one thing I think they did an excellent job with on these is it has an active noise canceling mic. So if you're in a busier room or a lot of stuff's going on around you, and especially if you're playing on your PC with your keyboard right in front of you, the mic on here is going to do a really good job of just focusing in on your voice. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. Alright guys, so here is the mic test of the Razer Kraken Ultimate. I think it does an excellent job of picking up my vocals. I wish it maybe had a little bit more pickup in the bass tones, but overall it comes through very clear, and I think people on the other side will have no issues hearing me. Now let's move over to the sound. The sound of these is one thing that I think Razer did an excellent job with, because I always felt like the Kraken lineup, or just Razer headsets in general, have always been focused on the bass. They've always felt very warm sounding, and with this pair, I can tell it kind of fits with what Razer did with the new Hammerhead True Wireless. It still has plenty of bass, but they definitely tightened it up, and they don't let it kind of control the other frequencies. You can tell that they're tuning the mids and the treble to have a lot more brightness, which brings out a whole lot more details. In fact, you're able to hear footsteps real easily with these, and then also with people talking to you, just dialogue comes out very well. But the one thing I am happy to say is the bass is still definitely there. So with explosions and gunshots, you're still going to feel it. It just doesn't have as much sloppiness as some of the headsets in the past. So it is very well tuned. It's definitely rammed into 2 speakers. It's just not possible. So it's always going to be something they're trying to reproduce, and you're not actually getting 7.1 surround sound. So as far as my cons with these, it's really simple. I don't like when it's a non-detachable cable, just simply because if something happens to it, there's nothing that you can do. The same goes with the cables that are loose on the inside. And then other than that, I really just wish it was compatible for more systems. I mean, you can plug them into consoles, but the fact that they are just not specifically made to work with those means you really want to get this just to be able to use for your PC. But outside of that, I think this is a great pickup. I liked the direction that Razer's going with their sound. I've always loved the style of the Razer headsets, and I think this is one of the better built gaming headsets you're going to find. But guys, that's my video on the brand new Razer Kraken Ultimate. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.